And it would be so interesting if everybody else reached an agreement and it was just Thug alone. Because they're going to have to offer Thug such a sweetheart deal, because Thug ain't going to take nothing less. But he was like the little gaming channel was saying, he's the head of it. So how can they give him a sweetheart deal? Then you got the elections coming up.
Jeez. Then the holidays, you're going to have some time off in November. And then she wanted it done before December 15th. So mid-December, because she didn't want to go into the December holidays.
Yeah. But shit, December, I mean, we might not make it through next week. Because guys, I mean, a plea deal, they can do a plea deal and they can reach a plea deal in the morning and close the case in the afternoon.
Yeah.
You know, I've done that numerous times. You get on the phone and say, hey, what about this? And the prosecutor's like, no, I mean, honestly, I can do that. Well, shit, let's run it. Can you bring my guy over? Yeah, I'll bring him over from the jail. Show up at 1:30. I show up at 1:30. We close the fucking case. I mean, that's how fast it can be. It can be fast. This whole case could be over on Monday, the whole damn thing.
Yeah, we're on documentary duty right now. I'm like pinging them. I'm like, y'all gonna be working this weekend.
Right. And the one that has the hardest job, I mean, the toughest decision is Young Thug and Steele, because we all know that they're winning the case. The jury doesn't remember what happened a month ago. Do y'all remember the witnesses 2 months ago, 4 months ago? Do y'all remember the witnesses from 6 months ago? Half of the jurors, they're not even taking notes.
Good morning, Mr. Copeland.
Good morning.
Now, yesterday when we left off, you were speaking about this infinity that was rented by Thug that you gave to Threat, I guess the day before Donovan Thomas was murdered. Is that correct? Yesterday when we left off, were you speaking about the infinity that was rented by Thug that you gave to Threat the day before Donovan Thomas was murdered?
I don't recall.
Okay. Do you recall yesterday talking about giving an infinity to Threat? Do you need me to repeat the question?
Yeah.
Okay. Yesterday, do you recall testifying about giving the infinity to Threat? Is that a yes?
Yes.
All right. And you said that you gave Threat that infinity after you and Little D from Cleveland Avenue spun out that infinity on the highway. Is that correct?
I don't recall.
Half of the jurors are asleep in the box. Sylvia said that half of the jurors are talking to one another while the witnesses are testifying. They don't even know if shit has been proven beyond a reasonable doubt because they're asleep. So this is going to be a tough one, but I definitely think there are some people who are going to plead out. I'm like little gaming channel. I just don't know if it's going to be Thug.
Yeah.
That one's going to be
look like maybe there's a reduction. Cause I think, let's say we continue. I think it would be Thug, Yak, and Shannon that stay.
And can we be honest, guys? You know, we're talking about plea deals, and imagine you're the state, but can we be honest? Are we just going to ignore, Yak being in that car? Are we going to ignore Shannon being in that car? Are we going to act like they were at home sleep? Now, you can argue that it doesn't matter what they did. It matters what the state can prove. And you're absolutely right. But if you're the prosecutor and you it's like, oh, I don't know, but yeah, right? Are we gonna act like all this shit is made up? You know what I'm saying? I mean, should the case have been brought? No, because the Fulton County District Attorney's Office is incompetent. Obviously. But are we gonna act like these ninjas ain't do nothing? They can't prove it. I think they can prove nothing. But does that mean that they did nothing?
Well, I mean, that's the crazy thing. It's because with some of these plea deals, you see people getting immunity that actually committed crimes, like Lil D. Woody, Montung. Like there's proof of those crimes. But as far as the 6 defendants that we have left, what is actually tying them to this narrative? I haven't seen that. We've been looking for Rico for weeks, months.
I haven't seen it either. I haven't been paying the most attention, but somebody shot Nut.
Right.
And apparently, the person that shot Nut was in an Infinity. Is that right?
Yes.
Of a certain color.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently, Yak, SB, it was some people riding around in the area in that vehicle of that particular color. And the phone calls, pinging off the cell towers. And Nut's dead. Now you can say, well, fuck Nut because, he was IF. He was a gang member himself. He had it coming. That's how they view it in Mexico. I lived in Mexico on and off 4, 5, 6 years. If the narcos, if they kill themselves, no one cares because you signed up for it. When the innocent bystanders get caught in it, that's when you're like, ugh. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's hard because I'm in Atlanta, all right? These ninjas are around me. I don't want to get caught with a stray. I would like for there to be no strays. And people are shooting up houses. What did Woody say? Didn't Woody was like, oh, I got immunity? Okay, yeah, I shot up your man's dad's barbershop. I sprayed it. I think you're muted, AV, for some reason.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, yeah, Rich Homie Kwan's father's barbershop.
Yeah, I shot the shit up. Well, shit, I don't want you around, Woody. At least around me. You're admitting to crimes and you got immunity. Imagine your shit gets shot up. Where is the justice for you? If this YN can just get on the damn stand and admit to crimes that have not even been solved to try to get the head honcho, and now the head honcho gets a sweetheart deal. What about my fucking barbershop? What about my life? What about the members of the community, the regular people, the regular us? Everybody's like, yeah, free Thug, free Woody. It's like, well, what about us? We're just living as people getting shot with strays and shit. People are getting victimized. But then, nobody was madder yesterday than me about what the fucking judge was saying about fixing the prosecution.
Yeah, you were on one.
So it's like, we got rights too. We're in a country with rights, and it's so messy. It's convoluted. It's convoluted. And I don't really know what the right answer is. Because it is a little weird that, Woody's making $80,000 a month on the basis of him testifying to crimes. I would go out on a limb and say out of the 8,000 people in here, most of y'all are not making $80,000 a month. And y'all aren't, getting caught with machine guns in rec centers, and y'all aren't admitting to shooting up people's buildings. Right? It's deep, guys. And so everybody's like, yeah, free thug, slime life. Where do I pay my $25? I want to be stamped in. And you got women getting shot up in their homes, laying in bed. What did that woman say? She said the pain was excruciating. Excruciating pain. She said she would never wish it on her worst enemy. It was excruciating. Getting shot up. But free everybody, right?
The conundrum.
It's like, man, but then you want to say free everybody because look what's happening to their rights.
Mm-hmm.
These people have rights too, and their rights are being violated. So free them today. Why are you doing them like this? But how far can they be celebrated? I don't know. It's deep, but of course, this prosecution is just 100% a shit show, 100%. And so it makes sense as Americans. We're like, no, our rights need to be protected. Even if we are murderers have rights too in this country. Serial murderers, people getting caught with machine guns, people shooting up businesses, people doing drive-bys. Every American has inalienable rights. And when those rights are violated, like we saw yesterday, people should be outraged, no matter if you're a murderer or not.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to be a good guy for your rights to be upheld. I don't know. It's deep, guys. Shout out to America. Shout out to our justice system. And we see Steele, and the little gaming channel was talking about how great Steele is and the importance of criminal defense attorneys, and it all makes sense. And for every Steele, what do you got? You got a Melnick. Y'all saw how he was taking people's money, clients' money. The Georgia Supreme Court, the same court that we read, reversed Brian Steele's conviction or order of incarceration, order of contempt. That same court is the court that suspended Melnick for 6 months because of how he was doing his clients. Wow. He was a criminal defense attorney. He was Woody's attorney.
Mm-hmm.
What about Moontunk's attorney?
Oh, we didn't even get into that.
Moontunk's attorney saying, yeah, I Love gave me the paperwork. I assumed that it was the same. So I read, I signed it. I gave it to Moontunk to sign it. I just assumed it was the same. I didn't read it to know that Love had changed it.
Where do we begin on that one?
Right? So you got Melnick, you got that attorney, you got the judge. Judge over here talking about she's trying to help the state. She's trying to fix their errors. Did she ever say she was trying to fix a Brian Steele error, a Adams error, a Doug error, a Max Shart error? It's so interesting. Who were the errors that she was constantly trying to fix?
The state. Throw the case as you try it.
And people are like, lead attorney, why did you retire? Look at our system, guys. That's why I get on my knees and I thank the Lord for YouTube. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. I don't want to. All right, look at Amy. That is exactly how I am every night, boy. Shit. Don't make me go back in this wretched ass courtroom. It's too many considerations. That's why I love having the little gaming channel up here. There's too many considerations. Book says, poll question lead, who has taken the most? Oh, this is a great question between Love and Hills. I know my man ain't in the chat, but I'm going to ask this. I'll just ask you guys instead of doing a poll. Who took the most L's? Put Hilton if you think it's Hilton. Put Love if you think it's Love. I got my vote. Who do you think took the most L's?
That's a hard one.
This is a great question. Great question. I don't even know if my man's still in the chat. No, all of y'all are saying Love, and I agree. There are a few Hiltons, but I didn't want to say it, but Love, yeah, she's just
She says,
intolerable.
you are unprofessional. I've never met somebody more unorganized. And they know each other. They worked at the prosecutor's office at the same damn time.
When you say they, you're talking about Judge Whitaker and Love.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, D Money says Hilton took the biggest L because of Woody.
I agree with that. That's the first thing I thought about. The biggest L's that I think Hilton has taken is this right here.
All of this. I mean, now y'all are making me I was just gonna say Love just off the rip, but if Hilton lost the fucking case.
Hilton's, look at her mistakes. Mistake number 1, putting Woody on the stand, losing control over Woody, getting Glanville taken off. That's a big L. And then this, Free Quay.
I mean, the Hiltons might have a point. the Hiltons might have it, guys. I didn't even think about that shit. I was just reacting off emotion.
And Hilton, Detective Dennis. She lost Detective Dennis.
Oh, all of that happened on her watch.
Mm-hmm.
And she's a damn law school professor at Emory, which charges $70,000 a year. I was just going to say Love off the rip, but when you break it down analytically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, the whole case ended on her watch, guys. When I say her, I mean Hilton.
Mm-hmm.